and now urging President-elect William Ruto to lay special emphasis on the capital markets in the country to foster his plans to ensure small businesses in the country get steady funding. Analysts say diversifying sources of funding for small businesses in the country will help Ruto unlock the MSME sector in the country and move away from what has been traditional sources of capital for the sector like commercial banks and the national government, a trend that has done little to grow the critical sector.
In developed economies, we have the capital markets providing financing to businesses at about 60%, with the banks only providing 40%. But in Kenya, as it stands, the banking sector provides 90%, while 95%, while the capital markets are only producing about 5% that is remaining. So there is a lot of growth and a lot of room for improvement, because also financing from the banks might be more expensive than what we'll get in the capital markets, without also forgetting the role that capital markets play in the economy. They provide a lot of jobs, they provide alternative sources for financing for businesses. And so, yes, there's a lot. I was a bit disappointed to see that there wasn't a lot of talk on capital markets, on manifestos of both teams. But now, since we have a president-elect, can maybe highlight the areas that they should look at. And one is first promoting and ensuring that there is enough legislative room for the capital markets, because what we mainly see is a lot of legislature on the banking sectors, on other financial services sector, but we are not seeing a lot on the capital markets, which if it provides a good operating environment, we'll see a lot of businesses now look into going to the capital markets way rather than going to the traditional banking sector way. And also the other thing is to promote inclusivity in the capital markets sector, because we see a lot of SMEs feel that the current capital market structure sort of discriminates against the SMEs. There are a lot of requirements that some SMEs may not be able to meet in the capital markets, while they can go and take something much more expensive in the traditional ways of financing. And also deepening and encouraging this, not only from the government side, but also from the regulators and the players in the market, because there isn't a lot of information out there. There's investors and companies don't really know about the benefits of the capital markets, and this is because we've shunned it, and we've not put in a lot of effort on that space. So those are the key main points, especially in terms of getting the right laws and getting the right regulation in these markets, so that it can encourage and it can foster growth of the capital markets. Looking at his approach and some of the things that he highlighted that we need a third tier of commercial financing, especially for businesses and SMEs, which he's been passionate about. And now increasing activity and fostering growth of the capital markets can only work in his favor. So it will be in his best interests, in as much as we've been told of the 50 billion hustler fund per year, to also try and grow other markets such as the capital markets, because what he was mainly talking about is a lot of these SMEs cannot get financing from the market as it is. But if you foster growth in the capital markets by putting in the right policies, putting in the right laws, ensuring that this market is running as effective as possible, then it can only augment even that hustler fund, because for smaller businesses, they might look for the hustler fund, but for a business that needs constant financing in its growth stages, then the capital market is the way to go for such a business. So it will be key and paramount for the incoming government to foster capital markets growth, so that it can augment now what they want to do in terms of bringing in a third tier of financing for businesses.
That's exactly what we have for you as far as our